Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the Fortunate Fortune Teller, where I'll be your fortune teller for this afternoon. I'm very fortunate to be here, okay? You should just know that, brother. Just know it, okay? You must understand that I got a wand here, brother, okay? So don't make me get aggravated today. All right, you got me aggravated yesterday for some reason. I don't know what it was. Maybe somebody projected it onto me. Who knows? These characters. Let me tell you something. One of these days, brother, I'm going to send these brothers, I'm going to send them back to hell to never be seen or heard from again. One of these days. So, what I hear is that perhaps maybe something's going to happen. There may be a party. Okay, here's what I'm saying. This Labor Day weekend, perhaps maybe there's going to be a party that involves your counterpart and, the people around them or whoever else they're with. Somehow or another, somebody's going to be humiliated there, or they're not going to be allowed in the party. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Okay, so you're going to have a situation where, it's almost like going to be a setup. Like they're going to be thinking they're going to come in and they're going to be like not allowed in or something. So I could see like a big fight happening at this party, this Labor Day party. Makes sense. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what this is all about. Big fight in the Labor Day party about you today, they say. Okay, like I said, there's going to be a big fight at this party. Who's going to be there? Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? So just know this witch is going to be not permitted in this party, okay? And they're going to really be showing themselves because they have been caught for what they did. This person has been caught. This High Priestess in reverse, this is the Queen of Wands in reverse person. This person has been caught for stealing money and spending company funds on stuff like black magic and other stuff. They thought that they were going to take you out and that they were going to get that money back, but they never did. So now they're stuck, okay? They're being seen for the Seven of Swords for their betrayal, all right? They are being seen for exactly who they are, and that's a witch, okay? They thought that they were going to trick you or trick your counterpart. They thought they had everybody fooled. They thought everybody thought that they were you, okay, until you came back. So, it's almost like, no, that's the imposter right there. This is the imposter, okay? And there's nothing they can say there's nothing they can do. They can't do nothing. You took the energy back, okay? They're being seen the Seven of Swords for the betrayer, they are, okay? Sometimes it's, well, here's what happened to this person. This betrayer, okay, was betrayed before they were able to really betray. So just know that's the best feeling, to betray the betrayer. Believe it, brother. That's what my counterpart said. That is what they told me. They were very excited about it, they said. They said, brother, this Queen of Wands in reverse, they said, they're not like you. They said, that's for sure, because they lack strength, okay? They said, this is a straight weakling here. They said, this Queen of Wands in reverse couldn't last 5 seconds in your shoes, okay? They wanted to be you. They couldn't last 5 seconds in your shoes, okay? So what does that say about them? That shows that they're weak, they're insecure, they're low energy, and, they're struggling over there, brother. Just understand that, okay? Because you're the Nine of Cups. You're the wish come true, okay? You are the one. This person is not a wish come true. They were maybe sold as a wish come true by the people around your counterpart to keep them away from you, to, block that union. But this Queen of Wands was only going to show themselves eventually, the real them, sooner or later. This person was paid to trick your DM, okay? Basically keep them in an indulgent, satiated state until pretty much you were gone. And then once you were gone, then they were gonna, pretty much put an end to them too, okay? Because they never had any love for this person. They never loved your counterpart. They just wanted, it was a big trick. These are demons. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why they're acting out now. That's why they're screaming. That's why they're crying. That is why all this is happening, okay? It's all designed to make you the best version of yourself and everybody to see that clearly, okay? So Page of Swords. So your thirst for knowledge and your new ways of communicating is what really blew the top off of this, okay? Page of Swords, okay? Because it really showed how weak this Queen of Wands in reverse is, okay? This Queen of Wands, once they seen you talking on, social media and, YouTube or anything like that, anywhere where you were seeing this automatically, that you had a new way of communicating because they wanted you to be, somewhere lost away where nobody could hear you no more, where you're gone, okay? So they really felt that was going to happen. But when they saw you come back, justice is here, brother, because you being back is bringing justice to the situation, okay? Because now this Queen of Wands in reverse is being seen for exactly who they are, a witch, okay? A very unstrong, a very weak witch. That's what they are. Weak-minded witch, or who thought they were going to, steal your energy and be you. They thought they were going to be you. But no, no, no. No, no, no. That doesn't happen on your watch, brother. No, no, no. It's not going to happen. All right? So, you had to wait it out. Now we're at that point where it's pretty much this person's finished. Whoever tried to be you or come up against you, their days are numbered, okay? In the worst way, okay? When I tell you about it, brother, in the worst way, because they're being seen, lovers in reverse energy. Like I said, they're being seen for the fraud that they are, okay? Because they try, this is what I'm telling you. This is why there's a big thing going on during this party. Now, this is seeing as they never cared about your counterpart. This was a big setup, okay, to keep them away from you. And now your counterpart is seeing this, okay? This King of Cups is seeing exactly what was going on here. And then they see what the King of Swords is, in reverses part in this. And they even see, other feminine energies part in this by pushing them towards this Queen of Wands in reverse, still trying to push them in this negative situation, okay? And this Lovers in reverse energy, they keep them from you, still bad-mouthing you, clearly showing who they really are, okay? Clearly showing. But this person wants to be a King of Pentacles, and they said the only way they could be a King of Pentacles is by coming towards you, okay? This is what your counterpart, this is what they want to be, okay? They know that this is what impresses you. This is what you really, this is this regular, your Empress, this is what they love. They love this King of Pentacles about your counterpart. So this is what they're going to try to come with, okay? They're trying to get to this point, and by doing that is by completely humiliating this Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? This is going to be absolute, it's going to be crazy. There's going to be cops call, everything's going to happen here. And then they're going to blame you about it. They're going to say it's your fault that this happened. Okay, because Three of Cups in reverse, because it's going to be an overindulgent nature. So this person's going to be heavy partying. Okay, this Queen of Wands is going to be, in reverse, it's going to be intoxicated, showing lack of strength, okay? And the Lovers in reverse energy, showing up to a party, and then being asked to leave, okay? They're going to tell them, no, you can't be here, Queen of Wands in reverse. This is going to really set this Queen of Wands in reverse off, okay? Because of their, Three of Cups in reverse. They're overindulgent. They'll be, had the heavy party. They might be partying for days. Who knows? They could have been, but they never, ever had any love. They don't even know how to love, okay? Because they're just a weak-minded person who thinks that stealing is the way it is, okay? By, creating illusions, the moon is what's going to, get them to the next level, okay? But what happens when those illusions are shattered? What then happens, okay? Then you're finished, brother. That's all it comes down to, all right? It was like, once the energy's called back, you're seen for who you are. It's that simple. Not much else you can do about it. Okay? And that's just the facts of the Jack, okay? Because Knight of Swords in reverse, because that's why this, Queen of Wands in reverse, they're appearing, burnt out. They're unfocused. It seems like they have no direction. Unpredictable. They're showing up all high and drunk, and, you're yelling. I think they might be kicking the doors, and they're doing a lot of stuff. It's very embarrassing, okay? That King of Pentacles is very embarrassed by what this Queen of Wands in reverse is, and now it's embarrassing all the people that suggested this person, and especially at your expense, okay? Anybody who suggested this Queen of Wands in reverse over you, that they're all under judgment now, because they are being seen for exactly what they are, okay? Because this person is being seen as an unfocused, burnt out, unpredictable person who has no, regard for consequences, okay? And Hangman, and that's easy to see, because all you have to do is pause, surrender, sit back, see the situation, and know where it's going to go from here, okay? Ain't nothing going to be coming good when you have a weak, a Queen of Wands in reverse that has Strength in reverse, Lovers in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, and Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, while you're sitting over here in the Page of Swords energy, just doing what you gotta do, finding new ways to communicate and coming up with new ideas. This is setting this person off to a point where this should not set this off to a person. Person should not get this crazy unless they have something to hide, unless there's something to gain by having you, perish. Because there has to be a reason. Why else would they care so much? Why would these people care so much what happens to you? If you're a nobody, why would they care so much what happens to you? I mean, what is the motives? Where are these motives? What's this Queen of Wands? I mean, we know it's going to be money, right? It has to be. Okay, because now Justice in reverse, they think it's unfair. Okay, they think it's unfair that you are being seen for who you are, and they're being seen as exactly who they are, which is a weak-minded Queen of Wands, okay? And they think that's unfair because you came back, took the energy. They figured that you were supposed to roll over and die. You were supposed to be finished. You were not going to come back from this, okay? And they were sadly mistaken, okay? Because they figured that what happened to you, what you were put through, would have destroyed them. They were on tape saying that whatever happened, that would destroy me if I went through. So they thought that was going to destroy you. But they didn't realize that you are not them. They're not you, okay? So that is why you're showing just how much more powerful you are than them. And that is why this Queen of Wands in reverse is under judgment, okay? They're under judgment for what they did, because what they did was wrong. They interfered in a divine union, okay? They interfered with something that was not concerned them, okay? Tried to steal that energy, okay? And had a lot of people around them, help them. So just know that all those people are under judgment too for helping this Queen of Wands. Anybody who helped this Queen of Wands in reverse, under judgment, okay, brother? You are not going to be around, okay? You're going to have to go with them, all right? So that's where you're headed. Just understand that. That's your punishment. You're out of the business. You're out of the family business, okay? That's your punishment, Carlo. All right? That's what's going to happen to you, brother. Let me tell you something, okay? You can't be around me no more. You can't be around somebody like me. Come on. You kidding me? All right, and that's why Chariot in reverse here, because these people, they want to oppose everything that had to do with you, okay? This Queen of Wands did everything in their power to oppose you, and now Justice in reverse, they feel it's unfair that they were unable to oppose you, okay? They feel that it's just, they're taking a lack of accountability of what their part in this is. All the things they said, all the bad things, they're just acting like it's all you, okay? And that's what really shows people who is who, okay? Because you don't do stuff like that, so they know that you would never do that, okay? So they just, the person has a lack of direction, a lack of control, just is aggressive, arrogant. This Queen of Wands, I'm telling you, they're at this, they're fighting, they're screaming, cops are going to be called here, they're going to be taken away, they're going to be taken to jail, this person. Without a shadow of a doubt, this Queen of Wands in reverse will go to jail today or tomorrow, whenever this party is, okay? Because I understand that they're closed. They're closed the next 2 days, so they're going to be partying. There's going to be a trip, okay? But 4 of Cups, no big deal, because we're going to be here meditating. We don't need nobody, all right? We don't have to go on no trips with nobody. We don't have to be without no fake parties. We don't have to act like we're somebody we're not, okay? Because we do what we got to do. We know who we are because we are the High Priestess, brother. We are the one, all right? We're the ones who bring the fun because we are the sun. We don't need nobody, okay? That's the thing. We don't need nobody. So just keep that in mind. We know you need us. We don't need you. You need our energy. We don't need you. That gives me us all the control. So either come get it or stay the fuck away. Either or, you're still going to lose this battle. All right, brother? Because this Queen of Wands is done. They are being seen in... Let me tell you, though. And all you're doing over here is Page of Swords. This is all... Sitting here with new ideas, just coming up with new ways to communicate. Just have a thirst for knowledge, reading, learning, teaching yourself, okay? Because, brother, you are a 9 of Cups. You remember that. You are the wish come true. You must understand this. You must understand you're a wish come true. Not just one wish come true, but many wishes come true, okay? And that is a fact, Jack, because it is the truth. Because 2 of Wands, all right? Because you've been planning. You've been progressing, okay? You have been discovering what's really going on, okay? And this is what's leading you to where you need to go, okay? So we're at the very beginning of where we're headed to our, the rest of our life, okay? Just know you're right at the beginning of the rest of your life now, okay? And it's going to be all good stuff, all good things, okay? That is where you're headed, because Page of Wands, because where you're manifesting that, okay? Well, actually, no. Because we have limitless potential, and we're very inspired. We're an inspiration to people. So that's why that is where it's going. We are also manifesting. That's Page of Pentacles. So I messed up there, so sorry. But just forgive me for once. I talk a lot. I do a lot of talking here. Sometimes my brain moves a little too fast. So you must understand. So now we got this person, they're going to be moving around, they're fighting, they're yelling. So how is this going to affect this union? So this is going to take this person out of the way for a little bit now, okay? And now what's going to happen is that the people around them are going to have to answer for why they did this, okay? Why did they, take this person away from the star? Clearly was with their counterpart and starting then say, no, they're not the star, but this Queen of Wands in reverse is the star, okay? This is what these people try to say. No. This High Priestess isn't the star. This Queen of Wands in reverse is, okay? So those people are going to have to answer as to why they said that this bad things and lies about this High Priestess who was clearly a star, okay? So now they have to understand, because they see what happened, because this Queen of Wands, it was all scam, okay? Everybody was receiving something. So that is why they did this, okay? This is why the King of Swords in reverse recommended, because they knew that they would be able to get something out of this, okay? They knew this High Priestess could see right through them, okay? They knew their days were numbered with you there, okay? They knew that the way they looked at it was, They all of them take the star, and everybody splits the star energy from this high priestess was the goal. That's why there's so many people in there. They say they don't deserve all this. Let's all take it from them. We'll all share it. That is exactly what happened. But this high priestess caught them and called all the energy back, and now there's all chaos over there. All chaos. Oh, those people, they thought, what a life. Wow, this Queen of Wands in reverse, they're the best, they said, this Queen of Wands in reverse. They're going to give us this. They're going to introduce us to this person. They're going to make millions. We're going to live the life with this person. They thought, we're going to be stars. Not even thinking what's going to happen to this high priestess. What did you think? Not even caring what happened. Just basically like this person's going to die and they're going to get all the energy. This is what was the plan. And you can lie all you want and say it wasn't, but that's the fucking plan. That's why there's chaos over here. That's why we have the star energy here. That's why we're the star, brother. That's why we're the star of the show. Okay? We're Seinfeld, brother, okay? You at best are Newman. Understand that? We could get rid of you at any time, brother. At any time, Newman. Just understand that. You are Newman, brother. Okay, because you are an Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You missed your chance, okay? You tried to replace Seinfeld. Newman, no Newman show, brother. It's not going to be happening, okay? So, hello, Newman. You must understand you missed your chance, brother. You have a lost opportunity, and that is why you will be staying at the post office for the foreseeable future and not getting your own show, because we are the star, brother. We are the star, okay? You know who the star is? This high priestess. That's who the star is, because you see it firsthand, brother. It is very obvious. You carry yourself like a star, okay? You know just how to handle people. You are the one, brother, who brings the fun, okay? And that is why you have this Four of Wands here. This is why this star is coming in the union, okay? That is why they have a King of Pentacles coming towards them, making this right, okay? This is why this Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? This person is sitting here and, is Queen of Wands where it's very lacking strength, has zero love with the Lovers in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse, a very indulgent, heavy partying person here, who's Knight of Swords in reverse, unfocused, burnout, impulsive, okay? Sitting here they think it's very unfair, okay? They have lack of, Chariot in reverse, have no control, lack of direction. They're just very aggressive. Just being seen that way, too. So it's basically seeing like a belligerent person who's had way too much to drink that is not responding to anything that you're saying. Okay, that is basically, like they're all saying, come on, let's just go. This person's screaming, yelling, like kicking cars and stuff, you know what I mean? Trying to blink, they're cursing about you, but you're sitting over here in the Page of Swords just thinking of new things in your star energy with your union, okay? Having a King of Wands over here, seeing all this with this Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, this King of Wands, they knew this, but they were waiting for this exact situation, because now, okay, you had to wait for this Queen of Wands in reverse to really, really expose and embarrass themselves. Okay, you always had to wait for something like that, because you couldn't just go and, we think you did this. Then they would feel to fight. Oh, that never happened. It could create some type of doubt. But now that this Queen of Wands in reverse is being seen as like a psychopath, like they're going to be taken to the hospital, okay? And nobody's going to visit them. So that I don't even know what's going to happen with this person's going to come back sometime, but just know this person is very much down and out, this Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? And this King of Wands had a lot to do with that too, believe me when I tell you, brother. They were waiting for this. They had their eye on that. That was what they were, because they know that this Queen of Wands in reverse was bringing heat on their business. They know that they were causing them stuff. They knew that they were hurting their child. Do you know what I'm saying? And they were being brought by the people around them, but they couldn't do anything until this Queen of Wands in reverse completely embarrassed themselves. And by you being who you are, by you being the star, is what sent this Queen of Wands in reverse over the edge. You being on here sent that person over the edge, okay? And that's what it is. And eventually that was what was going to happen. And you knew that was going to happen, because it had to happen. You had to rise. You are the Phoenix. What else was supposed to happen? Either that or roll over and die, right? And that's not going to happen. And that's why Herman in reverse, this person, they're isolated. Like I said, this person, this Queen of Wands in reverse, will be taken away because of how they're acting. Nobody's going to come with them, because they're to the point where they're screaming, yelling at people, okay? And people were already looking for an excuse to get away from this person. This person just made it that much better for them, okay? It made it that much easier for this King of Cups to come towards this star, okay? Just understand that this King of Cups has been trying to get away from this person in the longest time, okay? This person is trying to be manipulative. They tried to hold this King of Cups back. They said that if they left, they would lose this, they would lose that they'd be embarrassed, that they would expose them, that they would black. Anything they could say about towards this King of Cups, this King of Pentacles person, that's basically who they are, a mixture. That's who your counterpart is. And then, you know, just to keep them stuck. But now, from this party situation, from this person humiliating themselves and being asked to leave this party, either that or they're not being allowed entry. Okay, either or, somehow or another, this person is going to be causing, this Queen of Wands is going to completely humiliate themselves at upcoming Labor Day party. So this is going to happen today or tomorrow. So just, you will hear about this. Believe me when I tell you, this person may even show up at your place. So just keep your mind, you know, but the King of Cups won't allow that to happen. They watch it. They've seen this. They have you watched. So they know you're the star, brother. Ain't nobody going to come here anyway. They can't. Four Wands, star, come on. It's all mess over there, like I told you. It's all going to be a mess. It is what it is. You know, this person has been, they don't know what to do anymore. They don't even know how to respond to people. They don't even know how to act, okay? That is why death is here for them, okay? The end is near for this Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? Them trying to come up against you, trying to replace you. Yeah, okay, maybe you could have tried at the beginning when there was, you know, a lot of craziness going on, when, you know, maybe you didn't know enough about this stuff, maybe you didn't know how to protect yourself correctly, and, you know, you just were a little naive. But then after you went through what you went through, you were able to see exactly what was going on here. You came back stronger than ever, okay? You showed these people, like, look, this is who the fuck I am, all right? Ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise, all right? And if anybody's got a fucking problem, come do something about it, okay? And ain't no motherfucker say nothing, all right? Because 9 of Wands, you stood your ground. You're a courageous motherfucker, okay? You're a courageous star, brother. Believe me when I tell you, that's why no motherfucker wants nothing to do with you. They'll come at you behind your back. They'll group up. But when it comes down and you say, come on, who wants some? Okay? Ain't nobody going to say nothing. And they know it. Because if they did, they wouldn't be sitting here. You were always around, brother. You were all over the place. Ain't nobody going to say they can't find you. Because they very easy to find. Very easy to find person. Doesn't hide. Okay? Not here to hide. Here to fight. Okay, brother? You know who's here to fight? This High Priestess, okay? Because we are the strongest, the most heroic High Priestess the world has ever seen, okay? Because what we've been through would have destroyed 10 men. But the fact that we came up, survived it, thrived it, didn't even act like it bothered us, okay? This is what really set this off for this Queen of Wands in reverse. Now they're at death now. They're knocking on death's door, or death's knocking on their door, okay? Basically, because whatever they're doing here, it's the end for them. It's over, brother. Because you're the magician. You're manifesting all this. Okay? I'm telling you what's going to happen. This person is going to humiliate themselves in the worst way at this party. They're going to be asked to leave. They're not going to want to leave. They're going to cause a big fight. Cops will be called. This person will fight. They will hit this and that. They may even try to drive away. They'll be hot. Listen, they're going to go to jail one way or another. It could be a DUI. They might hit something. Something's going to happen, brother, because you're the magician. Okay, you're a magician High Priestess, okay? That's a wish come true, 9 of Cups. So just understand that is what you are. It's like, nobody's going to tell you otherwise. Like, it's like, come on, brother. Like, maybe that used to work in the past. Like, you could tell somebody something. Oh, well, no, you're this, you're nothing. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, where you're going to a self-imposed prison, Eight of Swords. That is where I keep these people in their self-imposed prison. I don't want them around me. Go stay in your own prison. Stay in your own mind. This is what they are. And just waiting for the other shoe to drop. When is this High Priestess going to make a move? When is it all going to come falling down? Because this Queen of Wands in reverse got so many people involved in illegal stuff that they thought for sure they would have never get called for. But now every little thing is being seen. Every little favor in the courts, every little favor from the detectives, every little favor from the politician, all being seen right now, okay? Because it's being investigated for what it is, okay? There's human trafficking is being investigated. There's immigration laws are being investigated. Things are being investigated here, okay? And Trump doesn't really like this area, okay? Just doesn't like this Norcross fella, they said. So just know that is why there's a self-imposed prison here for you, brother, okay? So that is why, Page of Cups, new love is coming towards this High Priestess, because they're obviously creating something that this person's never going to be able to come back from. Okay, this Queen of Wands reverse will never in a million years be able to come back and say anything to this High Priestess, because clearly they're in union. as a star, okay, it's like, you know, coming up with new ways to communicate, Page of Swords. While these people are all in a self-imposed prison over here, wishing that they never got involved with this Queen of Wands in reverse. Never thought they'd listen, but too good to be true, I suppose, what they said, right? Oh, yeah, we got this guy, we got this, we got Jason Momoa, we got, come on, see what up. You know what I mean? And these fucking people, they blew it. They said, wow, well, because all we got to do is betray this star and we get all this. Yeah, that's all you had to do. What happened? Did it work out for you? I don't think so. Did it, brother? Okay, because Knight of Pentacles, because that's why you feel stuck. Okay, because Eight of Swords in reverse. I mean, Eight of Swords here. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You fit those together, they're stuck. They're stuck. There's nowhere to go. They're stuck with Gorilla Glue. I will get to you when I'm ready, okay? Just know that, Two of Swords, because we're making difficult decisions over here. We don't have time to pay attention to Queen of Wands and reverses in their head over there. We don't care what happens to you. Go talk to a doctor or something. We don't have time for that, okay? Go get on medicine. Go talk to a psychiatrist. We don't have time for it. You know what I'm saying? What do you want us to do for you? Try to steal our energy? Try to steal our counterpart? I don't think so, brother. And that's why Four of Swords, we're resting and relaxing over here, because we know things are going to get very busy for us soon, okay? Because this King of Cups told us that we're going to be there. I'm going to come get you, they said. They're going to come get this Star High Priestess, is what they said, because they know they've been waiting so long for this, to get rid of this Queen of Wands in reverse. Finally, it's here. This person is being taken away in a straitjacket. They're being sent 302'd, finished off, Seven of Cups in reverse, because they shed a lack of purpose here. This person, they tried to get this King of Cups into a, you know, this indulgent state, keep them satiated, this overwhelmed with these options and choices, and how, you know, sticking with one person, this Star, is not good. This High Priestess will never allow them to party the way they, you know, deserve to. They don't deserve to be held down by this person. So any last thing to get this King of Cups in their head, they did, okay, with the Seven of Cups in reverse energy. But now, like I said, brother, this Queen of Wands in reverse, they are finished, because death is here, brother, and also is this Ten of Swords. So the end is here, brother. Painful ending for this Queen of Wands in reverse, in front of everybody, okay, taken away. All benefits to Star High Priestess, brother, okay? Just understand that's unions coming away. Look at this, bro. That's all the rest is negative, okay? And then you got the Star High Priestess in union, okay? Everything else, we'll even look at it. This is, you know, and I said that right from the beginning, that there's going to be a big fight at this party. You got, you know, this Hermit in reverse. That will definitely isolate this Queen of Wands in reverse, okay? You got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That's a lost opportunity, because they just blew it now. They tried to steal from whatever it was. That they're finished. They were never going to get anything anyway, but now they really are being seen for that, okay? You know, you have this Chariot in reverse here. They have lack of direction, lack of opposition. They're just trying, they're out of control, aggressive. They're showing that, okay? They think justice in reverse. They think it's unfair that you're being seen as this, you know, High Priestess Star. They think because you took your energy back that's not right, this Queen of Wands. They feel that you really, you know, screwed them over here. But all it is that this Queen of Wands in reverse is just completely weak. They're a weak-minded person who has no... The only way they think they could do things is by doing black magic and, you know, projecting and everything, and, you know, manipulating people. And that's why there's a Lovers in reverse energy there, okay? That is why people are clearly seeing it. They don't want to be around that, okay? This Three of Cups in reverse, this overindulgent lifestyle that this Queen of Wands in reverse tried to, you know, bring around people, these parties, and, you know, people thinking that they're, you know, this and that. But once the party's over, so is everybody else, okay? So that's what the Three of Cups in reverse is. What happens after you overindulge? You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually you get sick, okay? And that's what a Knight of Swords in reverse is here, okay? Because they're burn out, all right? They're unpredictable. Disregard for consequences. This is why this Queen of Wands reverse will be taken away, okay? Because, you know, they have to be. They're going to cause a chaos over there. Seven of Cups in reverse, because all they did was create fantasies, illusions, try to keep people stuck with options and, you know, satiate it. And that was, you know, to keep them away from the real love, okay? And that is where it comes down to, is why, you know, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, they feel stuck. Eight of Swords, self-imposed prison, where you don't care to let them stay there, because, brother, death is here, okay? Death is going to take care of this for you, okay? The Ten of Swords is here for this person. Death is here. They're finished. They're not coming back, okay? Queen of Wands in reverse has finished themselves off this Labor Day by how they responded at a party, okay? They acted very crazy, you know what I mean? And were asked to leave. Didn't want to leave. Now, got actually angry. There was a fight, actually, okay? Just know that. There was a fight there. Believe me when I tell you, there was a big fight, okay? Because I have the wand, brother. I'm the one who shoots that. So just know, let me astrologically talk to you for a second, though. Let me astrologically talk to you before I do this. So, you know, before we go remove this Queen of Wands in reverse. Have them removed. Okay, brother, because remember, you are on fire again. You have all the fire signs backing you up, okay? You are the one who's like NBA Jam. You hit 3 after 3 after 3. They say, he's on fire, okay? Because you are. You'll come back from everything. They get you one day, but you're back, okay? So you just know, this Scorpio, this Queen of Wands in reverse will be taken out of there in a straitjacket, okay, brother? But let me tell you something, because they are finished. Their days are numbered, okay? Because coming against you got them nowhere, okay? But now they really expose themselves, okay? Because they had it to the point where they didn't yet expose themselves. The Scorpio is fully exposed at this Labor Day party. Believe me when I tell you. Okay, because you're on fire, brother. Come on, man. Jupiter's in Cancer. The luck's with you. It ain't going to go for them. They're all out of whack over here. Everything gets sent back to them. You wait for them to send this to you, then you send it back to them. They may hit you a little bit. It may hit you a little bit, okay? But it all transmutes and comes back to them, okay? And you're fine after that, all right? Because the energy transmutes it. It goes back to them. Because Saturn's here, brother. Karma is here. You can't get away with this stuff and think that you're not going to pay for it, okay? Especially when the person that you're attacking doesn't attack you back. That only builds. That's why we don't attack you back. We just let you keep building and building and building, and then it's just going to take yourself out. You're just going to disappear. All right? How many times we got to tell you this? I guess we'll just keep doing it until you figure it out, until you're gone. That's pretty much it, right? Okay, because we're building a new earth here, okay? So this Taurus, they better do the right thing now because they see clearly what's going on here. And I believe they will, because I don't think they would go this far if they weren't going to do the right thing, because they know you are the one who has all the air in your chart, brother. They know that you have too much air and you need some earth. You have no earthly matter to you. You're just full of air and water, okay? And you need earth, okay? We have fire, though. Now, we do have fire. But now we need earth. So this Taurus has to come through, okay? So just understand that. Don't make me get upset, all right, Taurus? So just know that is what's going on with them, okay? Because they're around this. They're the ones that are getting rid of this person, this Queen of Wands in reverse. They're the ones that had to deal with this person, this Scorpio, this Queen of Wands in reverse person, okay? Because they're going to be very assertive here with Mars, okay? Just understand, this Earth sign Taurus is going to tell this Queen of Wands in reverse, this Scorpio, please, I don't want you ever to come around here again after what you did. Look at what you did. You're finished. You're not going to go against my Cancer, is what they said. You're not them. You'll never be them. And you proved it very clearly who the one is, okay? You proved that the Cancer is the one who brings the fun. You proved that the Cancer is the one who brings the fun because they are the sun. That's all that Scorpio did for you, okay? That's all they did to this Taurus. That's all they did in this Taurus's eyes, is make you out to be the best version, okay? To make this Taurus love you more than anybody's ever seen somebody. Okay, this King of Cups. Just understand, they know you got all the air, brother. They know it, okay? Because they got all the earth and fire. So just know you come together, air and water, earth and fire, okay? Everything comes together because you all revolve around the sun, because you are the sun, because you bring the fun. And we'll see what is left, because I'm trying to lose my voice here. And like I said, whatever Aquarius tried to come towards this Taurus, whatever one tried to tell them, you know, the wrong thing about you, this person is now being seen for an absolute fraud, okay? Absolute, the biggest fraud the world has ever seen, this Aquarius, okay? Because the illusions they created about you have been shattered, okay? This Taurus, this Earth sign has shattered it. They have removed the Scorpio from the situation. This person now, the Scorpio, is headed to jail, okay? The Sagittarius was all about it because they knew that this Scorpio was no good, okay? They never trusted this Aquarius, they said, but they had to let these people, you know, expose themselves. So that is why Saturn and Aries is here. Karma is here for these people. There's nothing they could do. This is karma, okay? Them being tossed out of this party right now, that is very good karma for them. Very bad karma for them, because it's only going to lead to this destruction. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you just need that little chink to bring it all down, okay? And that's where it's headed. It's the truth. It's very clearly being happening right now. Today or tomorrow, I'm not sure, wherever this party is, but I know that there's a Labor Day party for these people, which your counterpart may be hosting, and this person is going to show up either super intoxicated and cause a big scene, or not be allowed in, or cause a thing while they're in there. Something's going to happen where it's going to really blow the lid. It's going to be about you, though. You're going to be the biggest. Somebody's going to spring you up somehow, okay? Because when this happens, and if, say, this person comes to you, make sure you take the high road on this one, because there's no need to ever wrestle around in the mud with pigs, okay? Just understand that. You do not wrestle around in the mud with anybody. You're at an impasse with the relationship situation. It's time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. That is why we surrender to everything. We don't listen. Whatever happens, happens, okay? Because it is what it is, brother. It is what it is. Look at that. Bow! See that spin? So just know that you have to have faith, it says here. Just have faith. Everything's going to work out for you. You know what I'm saying? Just, bad things happen, but that's just the way it is. Life is full of, peaks and valleys, ups and downs. Okay, so it's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still, you must do exactly that, because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. But, perhaps now it's the time to imagine that anything's possible, because you are the one, brother, who brings the fun. Because you are the sun, and it's time for you to stop enabling people, okay? So if you're enabling anyone to, allow them to not get their karma, then that's going to be a bad decision on your part. Because anybody who came up against you, do not get involved or enable them. Because if there's someone you're helping, are you really? In reality, you may have been enabling them to continue the negative patterns and never take full responsibility for themselves. Step back and let things play out. This is for you, DM. Step back, let things play out. Okay, so have a great Memorial Day. You too, Queen of Wands in reverse. Hopefully you don't embarrass yourself too bad.